just want to take a little moment here before we get into the video of the month, but just wanting to welcome you to the new format and also to let you know that there's a few things, a few changes going on here. What I want to introduce to you is the Tarot Weeklies and the Astro Weeklies. They will be coming out Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. That is Arizona time, so depending on where you live, you could always check that out real time. But this is because I'm thinking that I can reach all of you all at once through one video, right, and address all of you. And not only that, but when we listen to a monthly forecast, we might listen to it earlier, like the month prior, so that once we get into the month, it's all forgotten, right? And for that reason here, I'm thinking, you know, if we do a weekly, I can guide you a little bit more for what you can expect for the coming week, okay? It's going to sit more in mind so you can focus on it, use these tools to integrate into your consciousness of what can be expected. So the Astro Weeklies, we're going to be looking at a calendar. We're going to follow, too, also the moon positions. Now, in the monthly forecasts for the astrology, we don't do that because there would be way too many transits to look at. However, though, the moon is so important to us because it moves so quickly that it really regulates our mood swings, our reactions. Just like the sun radiates, the moon reflects, right? It reflects our emotions. So when we can do that, we can get a very close look at day to day what is coming up. So Sundays, 8 a.m., you'll have your Astro Weeklies, and then also for the Tarot, you will have a spiritual guidance. Then we're going to focus on what do we need to focus on this week, not necessarily what's coming up. The astrology will show that. But in the Tarot, yes, we're going to be looking at where are we in our mind, where can we grow our consciousness, what influences, major influences may be coming in, and how can we tackle them the best, right? So then you have something for your Sunday mornings, right? So look to the end for more information, and of course, for those of you who are subscribers, you'll already get them into your inbox. For those of you who haven't subscribed, you might want to subscribe here. Just click the button, and I just want to also mention that if you're not seeing it coming up in your inbox, check your spam box. Sometimes YouTube just sends it directly there. All right, so and then just unspam it so you'll have it in your inbox there in the mornings. So listen, we are going to check on what's coming up for you now in September. All right, Aquarius, let's take a look at September and what you can expect from this coming month. See, there is you in the sense of power. I am just at the end there of August, something came together for you. I feel that you're now taking a good grab, a good hold on and running with it, which actually is a very good idea. There's this whole new energetic cycle that's opening up for you. I feel that you are now in the place of being able to establish the sense of worth, self-worth, establish your drive, your goal. You're coming up here with all this energy where I feel confidence is just bubbling here, ready to burst. Good for you. Now, when you have that drive, you will come to see that synchronicity usually follows that type of energy. And that's what we love to see. We wish we would have had synchronicity with us at all times, but that comes and goes in waves like anything else in life. But you're starting off September in a very good way. Now, you're probably going to need to speak to a female. And this female here, she seems to have a very good sense of logic. She knows right from wrong. Her values are good. And this is why you trust her, because she's very open. She's also very blunt. She will always be honest with you. You know, and so you're running something by her that has to do with what you're thinking, feeling, wanting to achieve, and you're wondering whether you can trust your own sense of self, your own intuition, which you should do because you're really strong, you're powerful this month. But then again, to have a validation from somebody that you trust this deeply is always good. Now, I see her now pointing out a few facts for you, and you could see that very clearly. In fact, it's things that you've already thought through yourself, so it's giving you that sense of green light that you were hoping to get. But in order to get ahead, in order to build whatever it is now you're focusing on, there is a couple of bumps in the road. And that's okay. You know, rarely do we set out on a new journey where, you know, everything's asphalted, right? I think it could just get you going. It will actually impact you to a sense, to motivate you maybe perhaps even more. Of course, now you have all this onboard energy, right? So you're going to be leveling out this path. And yeah, I'm liking it. It's not going to stop you, but yes, there is perhaps a time and a place where you might need to slow it down a little bit, you know, because once I'm seeing this taking place, like all good things come in three, well, little mishaps and potholes in the road also can come in three. So in that sense, it could be running into Murphy's Law, and that's the other extreme of synchronistic flow. Because when you're flowing, there's no bumps, there's no potholes. So you're coming from this wave, feeling so strong that everything is possible. And then, lo and behold, here you have it. So that's just the universe trying to tell you to slow down just a little bit. And then you will do good if you do. And in that little slow down phase, won't be long, but it's going to allow you to really look at what you can tweak and do better. It kind of sounds to me, the retrograde of Mercury, that's kicking in here and subsiding alongside with the Tarot. You can actually team up here, Aquarius, with a male that I feel is really good for you and what it is you're trying to achieve. Why? Because he is very blunt, you know, there's no beating around the bush with this person. He will say it as he sees it. Now this has to do with a home situation as well, balancing your funds, balancing the values of your home. Now he can come in, be supportive, be quite helpful in this sense, so that you can actually get your foundation secured, okay? So some interaction, some teamwork with him. Then we have within the romantic department here for you, it's looking good. It's looking warm and fuzzy, so everything seems to be harmonious. You guys can discuss a few things, topics that has been up and about maybe once or twice before, and I think it has to do with you, both of you, as a team, trying to get onto the same page as far as something that you want to accomplish either later this year or maybe into next year. One of these long-term plans seem to be coming up, and you're adding to it. So it's a time of inspiration, actually. Your day-to-day work, yes, it is okay. You're doing good. I think once you get there to mid-month, you would hope that it moved a little quicker, because why? Your mind is already there. You're like ahead of the game right now, and when we feel we're ready, we just want to get it done, right? But if circumstances is slowing you, breaking it up, holding you back a little bit, it's always for a reason, you know, so just relax, kick back. It could be a good time for you mid-month just to actually go to the spa or do something, get a good massage, and so you'll be all ready and powered up here towards later in the month. Okay, so there is a decision here coming up. This is also within relationships. Now, not necessarily with your significant other, though for some of you it could very well be. But for others, it could just be somebody you work with closely, one-on-one. This person seems to be a water sign. It is a male, and he seems to be somebody who's gentle spirit. He takes things in well. He listens well, and he will definitely have the empathy that needs to be in the right place. So whatever that deal is, it's not showing me what, but it's something that you need to kind of like share, and he will be there, he will listen, and he might just even end up giving you a little advice too. Money. We talked about money, but there's more money here, Aquarius, coming up. But in this sense, it's in a different aspect. Here, I'm seeing it could be an investor or a banker. It's somebody in the know-how of money, and I see you wanting to secure something. So it could be a service person now that you're talking to that can actually end up getting you the best deal. Say if you're wanting to purchase something, then he can get you the best deal. Top of the line in the market. Just don't purchase anything big nor expensive here before Mercury goes direct. That's after the 23rd of September. You can look at it and you can negotiate, but please don't buy anything. I told you that on the astrology part too, but just need to mention it here because it looks like it could be quite a good sum of money, right? You want to know that you get the best quality. Especially when it comes to moving parts, you know, anything technical like computers and so forth, anything mechanical, moving parts is just a little iffy under this retrograde. But here we go, let's talk about work, because work, your career is on the move. It seems to balance really well. There's good structure there for you. You're doing what you're needing to do, you know, so slowly, surely there's advancement, and you're having a good grasp on where you're at. You might even initiate something for somebody else in the work field, and I like it when I see that you have these creative genius thoughts that you can get every once in a while, because you're good at that here, Aquarius. And when you share it, it's like you're bringing attention to something that they are not seeing, right? So never be afraid when you have one of those eureka moments to actually just put it out there. You're not telling them what they need to do or what they should change up. You're just kind of like putting it out there, like planting a seed, and maybe they will pick it up and ultimately even think it was their idea at the end, right? Because they heard it somewhere. So, but at least then you have your influence going on. Now, here within the area of friendships, there's a female, I get pregnancy here, I get fertility. So maybe a friend of yours, maybe you're somebody within the circle of family, maybe too. Or maybe it's you. Or maybe you are expecting a grandchild. But whatever it is, I see fertility, and yes, this can translate directly to a physical pregnancy. It can also translate as just a very fertile time, because, you know, projects too are like pregnancies. We birth, or should I say we conceive the idea, and then we birth the concept at the end, but it takes time from envisioning to actually fulfilling a concept. So that could be the fertility pregnant time from project beginning to end. But listen, there is success when I see you looking back towards the end, at the end of the month, looking back towards the beginning of the month, I'm sorry. You're feeling that you did set out to do most of what you did. And I'll only say most because I don't see all of it yet. Some of it is still rolling over into next month, October, some of it maybe even to November. So there's a few things that you will get lined up very quickly and in a great manner that you're happy for. Some of it's going to take time, and that's all good. Some of it needs to take time. It can't always just happen right here in the now. But listen, this is what I have for you, Aquarius, here for this month. Do tune in on Sundays with your Sunday morning coffee to see what the week will unfold for you.